Welcome back, everybody. 3G slabs coming at you. We're going to have another PSA preview and blind reveal video all in one. It's been a minute since my last reveal from PSA anyway video. Been quite a while. I was holding off on purpose. Just seems like they're grading really hard and got harder. But we're going to give it a try here. This is just going to be a 24 card submission. It's going to have 9 football, 13 basketball, and 2 baseball cards in it. So our first card up, it's going to be a 1992 wild card, number 79, Nick Lowry. This is the 1,000 stripe. Card's in really nice shape. Centering's really good. Front and back looks good. Problem I got is this bottom front right corner. You can see just a little touch on it. I'm hoping that this gets a minimum of an 8. I think it might have an outside shot at a 9, but I'll be happy with the 8. All right, well, we finally got this return back. Been a while. I think I set this submission off in early January, and I just got it back. It's going to be a good mix of cards here. Just recapping again, it's going to be a 24 card. It's got 9 football, 13 basketball, and 2 baseball. Real nervous about this submission. It just seems like PSA continually is getting harder on grading from the videos I'm watching. This submission is going to have a lot of refractors and just like condition sensitive cards. So I'm just real nervous on what I'm going to get here. Still feel like I'm pretty in line with PSA as far as the grading, but I guess we're going to find out. One thing I was a little disappointed. I thought for sure, whether you like it or not, I was anticipating getting an upcharge on this for one of the cards in the order. I did not get any upcharges. So I'm a little curious. That makes me really nervous that I didn't get an upcharge. But I guess we'll see when we get to that card. There were actually a couple cards that could have triggered upgrades. So obviously I probably didn't get the grades I thought. But we'll find out. So let's get this one started. Kind of a different card here. You can see it's that 92 Lowry, that 1,000 stripe. I really didn't see a lot with it. Also on these, I am going to take my time a little bit. I am going to put the population report up like I used to do in the corner over, I think, where did I used to do it? I think somewhere right in here. And I think I'm going to run some financial information that I'll probably put up here too. So I want to try to do that as well. Obviously, I'm not going to have any more videos for a while. I have 2 orders at PSA, but they were kind of recently, like in the last month, sent off. And we all know how backed up they are now. So this might be my only PSA reveal video for the rest of the year. So, all right. Anyway, we were expecting the 8 or 9 on this. I really think it should probably pull the 9. Let's see how we're going to start. All right, I did get the 9, so real happy with that grade. I'm guessing this is probably, I didn't look, but I'm guessing this is probably a pop one. These 1,000 stripes are real tough to find, so real happy, good start. We got the 9. All right, we're going to try our shot with another wild card. This is the 1991 wild card, number 107, Howie Long. It's another 1,000 stripe. This year, this set's even harder for grading with all the black. The backs are a lot harder for chipping as well. I think this might be off a little bit left to right. The top middle edge up here, it might be touched just a little. You can see a little bit of white up here. And then on the back, there might just be some light chipping. I think this is a rough cut top. But we'll see what PSA does with that. All in all, still a nice card. These cards are tough and rare. Hoping to get an 8. All right, here's that cool Howie Long one. Also the 1,000 stripe. Did have a couple of those little issues I showed, in the pre-grading. I still think this should pull an 8. So that's exactly what I'm anticipating. And we did get the 8. All right, so we're 2 for 2. We're right on so far with our grading. All right, here's a real tough card on grading. This is that 1997 EX 2000 cut above set. Obviously, this is Dan Marino. Really a tough set on grading. This card actually looks pretty decent, but where I think they get everybody on grading is on the back, where these saw blades are cut. They, like around the edges here, they kind of like fold. You can kind of see it like down in here how they fold up. I don't think it's damage. I think it's just the way that the card is and the process of the cutting of it. But they do grade these really tough. I'm just hoping that this one can get a 6 or a 7. All right, I think we're going to start a stretch here of some really tough grading ones. Yeah, this one I'm real curious on. We were hoping for a 6 or a 7. It's just, was this these back fins back here, the way that they were cut? I think it's probably pretty common. So, was hoping for the 6 or 7. I really think it should pull the 7, though. Yep, we got the 7. All right, happy with that. That should be a pretty decent card. These are... I'm guessing this is probably on the lower side of the population as well. And these cards are very popular. So I'd be curious on what the value is on it. But real happy with the 7. All right, we got another Dan Marino. I'm sending 2 of these in. This first one, this is a 1999 Finest Refractor number 10 in the set. The front has just some really, really light scratches. I don't think it's going to affect it much. And then on the back of this one, this coloring in here is just a little darker. It's not as white. So that's how I can kind of tell the two apart. Overall, still, it's a nice looking card. Hoping that this one gets a 9. All right, here's our first official refractor. This one was pretty nice. It did have a little bit of darker on the back, the coloring. And just the back overall, the printing was a little darker as well. Was hoping to get a 9 on this one, and I don't see any reason I shouldn't. So, show us the 9. And that's what I got. All right. So, we really are starting off really good here as far as accuracy. Happy with getting a 9 on this one. All right, here's that second 1999 Finest Refractor Marino. Nothing wrong with this one that I could find. This one is lighter on the back than that other one that we had. Bare minimum a 9, and I think this has a great shot at a 10. All right, this is the same card that we just looked at. Sent 2 of these off. I thought this was the one that would probably pull the 10. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It was just a little bit lighter on the back, so that's how I could tell them apart. As you can see, we did get them in size on this one, so obviously disappointed on that. I will send this one back in probably at some point. We'll see what the values are graded-wise and make a determination then, but I did anticipate this pulling a 10, so it'll definitely go back into the pile to resubmit. 1999 Bowman's Best Refractor. This is the number 25 card in the set. You can see back here, serial numbered 33 out of 400. Really a pretty clean card. This might be off a little bit top to bottom. I always look at these 2 rectangles up here. And this one is obviously skinnier. So I think it is off top to bottom. I think that this is going to hold it from getting a 10. So I'm expecting the 9 with a good shot at a 10. All right, we got the Marino in the same card as that Rice. Another one that's just, it might be a little top to bottom here with these 2 rectangles. But that is absolutely it on this one. This is another card that's going to be another low pop, I think. Another one with some, all these should have good value. And I don't know, this one, there was nothing wrong with it, but I just can't believe they're going to hand out 10s anymore on this stuff. Very rarely if they do. So again, I'd be real happy with getting a 9. And I got it. All right. I still think we're perfect so far on pre-grades versus what PSA has given us. So another one I'm real happy with. All right, here's another 1999 Bowman Best Refractor. This one's Jerry Rice, number 33 in the set. Serial numbered 362 out of 400. Again, I think this one is off top to bottom. Just it's off a little bit. It's better than that Marino. Other than that, not much. I don't see many scratches. There are some light scratches on almost all these, just really light. But I am still expecting this to get a 9. All right, let's keep this going with another refractor. It's that Jerry Rice, just the regular. It's not the atomic refractor. These are numbered out of 400. The atomics are 100. I got a feeling on this is another one. I'll probably be saying it a lot, but I think this will probably be a low pop. Like I said before too in the preview part, just off a little bit top to bottom, but I think that is it. I still think it had an outside shot at a 10, but I think most of this submission is 90 stuff. No way I'm probably going to get any 10s. So, I mean, 9s are probably as good as we can get, and I'm happy with 9s. So, let's get a 9 on this one as well. And I got it. All right. Real happy with that, too. I think Jerry Rice's cards are actually very undervalued. So I think this has got some room to really grow. But real happy with another 9. All right, really a tough card here, too. 1998 Bowman Chrome. This is the 50th anniversary. This is card number 135 in the set. And these cards are only serial numbered to 50. And you can see this is serial numbered 13, which is his jersey number. So it's kind of that eBay 101. And they are more desirable. There's no way around that. It is a pretty decent looking card shape-wise. I think it might be off a little bit left or right. And then there's just this tiny touch, I think, on this corner. It's so hard to tell if it's there or not. I think it's just a little bit of white on it. But overall, it's a great-looking card. I would be tickled to get a 9 on this one. All right, here's another one I'm really excited for. That really tough 50th anniversary, the golden ones. Serial numbered out of 50 again. And this was that number 13, so his jersey number. Just had that little tiny tick down on this corner. Everything was just beautiful on it, though. I'm assuming this is going to be, I mean, there's only 50 of them, right? So it's going to be a low pop as far as the population report goes. And I'm thinking these probably grade pretty tough, even just the non-refractor version. It's just that chrome finish. So I was really hoping that this could pull a 9. I think it'd be a pretty good size card in a 9. I'm guessing maybe in that $300-400 range, but let's just hope we get the 9. And I got the 9. All right. Really happy with that. So far, this order, besides that min size, I think we've been right on with every grade so far. So really happy with that. All right, 1999 EX Bright Lights, number 6, Barry Sanders. I believe this is the neon yellow version. These cards are pretty cool looking. I've always liked them. Didn't really see anything wrong with this one. I've never graded anything like this. Well, I've graded some acetate cards before. I guess that's kind of what this is. I didn't see anything wrong with this. I'm expecting a 9. And I'd be happy with that, but I think it's got a phenomenal shot at a 10, and I think it might be a monster card in a 10. Here's the really neat Barry Sanders, that Bright Lights. I thought this was maybe like a neon yellow, because it doesn't look like the green that it normally is, but maybe this is just the green version, because it does look quite green when you hold it down against something, but... another one, I just did not see anything wrong with it. Bare minimum, like I said, was going to be a 9. I think this has got a great shot at a 10. I'm assuming a 10 probably would have triggered an upcharge on this. So I'll still be happy with the 9 for definitely what I got stuck into it. So give us another 9. And I got it. Okay. Yeah, can't be disappointed with that at all. Really nice looking card. So happy with another 9. All right, we're going to switch over to basketball. So we got 13 of these. First one up is a 1996-97 Fleer Ultra, the Give and Take number 5 Jordan. Kind of tough on grading. These are a lot of chipping always. And this one's not too bad with the chipping, but it definitely has some. For what I have into it, I'd be happy to get a 6 or a 7 back. All right, let's try our luck with a Jordan here. This is that Give and Take. This card did have some issues. Well aware of that. I'm still into it pretty cheap. So I should still be able to make money with the grade I think it's going to get, and that was the 6. I don't think it's got any shot at a 7. They just grade these cards tough anyway. So I would be happy with just getting the 6. And I got the 6. Okay. Right in line with what I thought. As good as it was going to get, I think, for this card. Yeah, so another one that we were still right on with. So happy with that. All right, we got another Jordan card. This is a 1995-96 Fleer Ultra. This is the Jam City, number 3, Michael Jordan. This one's got the same thing. It's got some light chipping. It does have some surface issues, like you can see right here in the middle. It's missing a little of the red foil. There is some chipping on the back. I think this card's probably going to get hammered, but again, for what I'm into it, I'd be happy to get a 6 or a 7. I should be able to get my money back out of it for sure. All right, here we got another Jordan. Another one that had its issues. I think just with the chipping that we had, the front surface, a little bit of issues. Another one I was hoping for a 6, maybe an outside shot at a 7, but I really don't think so. Happy to get another 6 on this. So I got a 6. All right. Right in line again. Jordan's market is just crazy, so I think I should be able to move this and still make a little bit of money. So happy with the 6. All right, one more Jordan card. It's a 1993-94 Fleer Sharpshooters. It's number 3 in the set. Overall, this one's a really nice card. It's got very light chipping on the back. The front's really nice. The back's just got some light chipping. You can see some right there. Bottom as well. Hoping that this gets an 8. Okay, here's the last Jordan in this submission anyway. I thought this sharpshooter was actually pretty decent. Didn't see a lot with it. So hopefully that chipping on the back wasn't that bad. I was expecting an 8, and I thought it should be able to get that. So show me the 8. All right, we got a 7. So it's our first one I think that we've missed on. You can see a little bit on the corner too. Hopefully I can still make some money on the 7, but still, it's a 90s insert Jordan PSA 7. All right, we got a couple LeBron James cards up next. This is a 2003-2004 Upper Deck MVP. This is the silver version, number 201 in the set. The front's not too bad. It is off left to right, as you can see. And the back's just got some really light touches on the corners, possibly. Overall, it's a decent card yet. Expecting this to get a 7. All right, we got that LeBron silver version of his MVP rookie. This one, I wasn't sure about the back corners. I thought they might have been touched just a little bit. Wasn't 100% sure. I was expecting this to get a 7. I think it looks actually pretty decent. maybe even a little bit better. Maybe I'll pull the 8, but was expecting the 7. And I got a 9. All right. Wow. Up 2 grades. Real happy with that, obviously. So the back corners, they were fine. I think what ended up getting it was obviously the centering left to right, but happy with the 9. All right, here's the base version of that LeBron James MVP, Upper Deck MVP, number 201 in the set. Not much at all wrong with this one. I think it's centered up pretty nice. Didn't see really anything wrong with it. Bare minimum, I'm thinking a 9. Not sure it's got any shot at a 10. Obviously, we'll take it, but expecting the 9. All right, here's just his base rookie from that same set, that MVP set. Yeah, this one looked really nice, I thought. Outside shot at a 10, definitely not expecting it. But just thought it would get a solid 9 on it. And, we got an 8. All right, so 1 grade below on that one. I'll have to check that one over again. I was pretty solid on my 9 prediction. So, yeah, I really don't see much. So we'll have to just check that one over. I think I'll definitely still make money at an 8. I bought these a couple years ago. So, all right, we actually have an ultra modern card here. You know, watching my channel, I don't collect too much of that, but here's a 2025-26 Topps Havoc Marks Con Knipple autograph. You can see it is serial number 6 out of 50. Didn't see much wrong with this. Maybe the back top left might just have a little touch right here. Not 100% sure, but I am expecting this to pull a 9. All right, here's probably gonna be the biggest card in the order. I was expecting to get an upgrade on this one, or upcharge, I'm sorry. I didn't receive it. It's at serial numbered out of 50. Maybe that top left corner on the back. It actually looks sharp. So, I mean, I was thinking I was going to get a 9. I think a 9 would have still warranted an upcharge. Because I think I've seen his 9 just base auto from this set go for $1,000 in a 9, I believe. So this was out of 50, so I figured this might be like a $1,500 card in a 9. Man, I just can't believe there's nothing or a reason why it would have gotten an 8 or less. So that's why I was just really confused and I guess a little disappointed that I didn't get an upcharge because I think I probably should have. That being said, I was expecting a 9. Well, let's just see what I got. Oh boy, and we got a 10. All right, well, obviously super happy with that. I'm not sure what the pops is on this. I'm guessing it's obviously pretty low. I sent this in pretty early, so I'm probably maybe one of the first ones out, you know, with one of these graded. So it's probably a low pop, and maybe that's the reason why I didn't get an upcharge, is just because there's no comps out there. But obviously super happy with a 10. Unfortunately, his stuff has dropped way off. He's gotten quite cool, so we'll have to see what I do with that. But obviously super happy with the 10. All right, we're going to start a Shaq run here. Got a good handful of Shaqs going in. This is a 1996-97 EX 2000 net assets number 13. If you know much about this set's really tough. It starts discoloring on the front and back on the net part. This one's not too bad. It's starting to do it, but it's not horrible. The back might have a little bit of chipping as well. As you can tell just by looking, this card's tough. Most of the chipping happens up in here, but these black, the brown, it's just a tough set for grading. I think I'd be real happy just to get a 7 on this. All right, we're going to get into some Shaqs. This is that really neat net assets. Actually, since I even sent this off, this card or this set has gained some steam. So happy I sent it off. I was hoping to get a 7 on it. These are just super tough with grading. You can see how you can see through part of that. And, all the die cutting on it. These cards do yellow, as I stated before, and this one's starting to get that way. But beyond that, the card is in actually very nice shape. I was hoping to get a 7 on this one, and I got an 8. So another one that we were right on or got a little bit better. So happy with that. This should be a decent valued card in an 8. Real happy to add this one to my collection. 1997 Bowman Best Cuts Atomic Refractor. This is number 10 in the set. There is just some light scratching, especially by his face and shoulder. I'm probably not going to be able to pick it up through the 2 different cases here, but it does have a little scratch on it. Backs seem pretty decent to me. I would love to pull a 9 on this. These cards are just so cool. Yeah, but I think it's really going to pull an 8. All right, that really neat Atomic Refractor of Shaq. This one, obviously, it could have triggered an Upcharge as well if it would have gotten a 10, and I was not expecting a 10. So no surprise there, but I do think it did have an outside shot, a good shot at a 9. I'm expecting the 8 on this. I don't have one of these in my collection yet, so excited to add this, and hopefully we can pull a 9, but I'm expecting the 8. And I did get a 9. All right, that should be a decent value card and a 9. Real happy with that. So, yeah, I think that'll be another one that's going to probably go into my Shaq collection. All right, we got a 2003-2004 Topps Chrome Refractor number 34 in this set of Shaq. Now, I was prepping an order quite a while ago to send a PSA, and then they seemed like they really got strict and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of held off for a while. Well, this was a BGS 9.5. Here's the... Oh, there are no subgrades on it. That's right, on this one. It was a 9.5. I cracked it, and I still think it's got a great shot at a 10. The only thing that was holding this back, I think, is going to be centering, and it's right on the tolerance of the 9.10, the new 9, or the new 10 tolerances that they have. But I have seen 10s still fall under the old tolerance. So I'm hoping this can cross to a 10 still. Unfortunately, I'm thinking it's going to pull a 9. All right, here's that cool Shaq. Another refractor, another tough one. This was that 9.5, Beckett 9.5. Definitely wish I probably wouldn't have cracked it out. I did crack it out before PSA changed their centering guidelines, so that was a while ago when I cracked it. I still think it had a decent shot. Left or right, I think, is just off enough that I think it's going to get the 9, and that's what I was anticipating. Unfortunately, I think if I would have sent this in before, it definitely would have crossed to a 10, because it was beautiful. There's absolutely nothing wrong, not a single scratch or anything on it. So hoping it could pull the 10, but I'm sure it crossed to the 9, and it did get the 9. Darn it. Okay. Yeah, I just think that centering left or right's probably off just enough. I don't know if it's worth trying to send her up again or not, but we'll see. So disappointed in my decision to crack this out, and it did get the 9. All right, we got a 1992 Upper Deck. This is the number 1 Shaquille O'Neal. It's not the 1B. It's the normal number 1. This one is a crack out. It was a Pro 10. I'll tell you what, I cracked it, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, this card is impossible for grading. If any of you guys have graded this one also, I mean, the front is just a killer. And bare minimum, there's no way this can't pull a 9. I just don't see anything wrong with it, so I'm expecting a 9. If this somehow pulled a 10, I'd be beyond happy. So hoping for a 9. All right. Real excited for this one. This was also the crack out, that Pro 10. Man, I did crack it and just did not see barely anything wrong with it. So I even thought this had an outside shot at a 10, and that would have triggered an upcharge as well. So obviously I didn't get a 10. I'd just be super happy. I was hoping to get the 9 on it. And I just don't see any reason why it shouldn't get the 9. So I got the 8. Man. All right, well, I just don't see anything wrong with it. I'll have to look it over because I was pretty solid on at least getting a 9. So that one is a disappointment for sure. PSA 8. All right, another nice refractor Shaq here. We got the 2003 Topps Pristine number 34 in the set. This one is serial numbered. 74 of 149. Really, really, really light surface scratches. There's just a couple on here. Some of you that have seen my channel maybe remember this. This was I tried sending it in quite a while ago. Came back min size. I've measured it up with a bunch of cards and I don't see the min size. So we're going to send her back in again. I think it should pull the 9 and it might have an outside shot at a 10. All right, another Shaq refractor. This was that min-sized. Like I said, I measured it back up again. So it's not a surprise that it got slabbed. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. So happy, obviously, it got slabbed. This one was that serial number. What is that? 74 out of 149. I just didn't see anything wrong with this one much either. I'm sure a 10 would have caused an upcharge on this as well. So I thought it had an outside shot at a 10. It did have some really light surface scratching, so I definitely think it's going to probably pull the 9. It shouldn't get an 8. It's too nice for that. So let's get the 9. And I got it. I'm happy with that. Definitely take that. Should be a pretty good valued card in a 9. So real happy with that. Another one that I'll probably stick in my collection for a while and hopefully gain some value. All right, we got 2 more Shaq cards. This one is a 1999 Bowman Best Refractor, number 17 in the set. Serial numbered 3 out of 400. This one on the front, extremely light scratches again. Just these years refractors, they're just tough without getting any scratches on them. Otherwise, that is it. Front and back look great. I have graded some of these. You guys have seen if you've watched videos too. I've graded at least 2 of these and one of them twice. So 3 different times I've sent this card in, I think. I've gotten a 9, a 7, and an 8, I believe. I think this one might be the nicest one out of all of them that I've sent in. Bare minimum a 9, and I think this could have a real slim shot at a 10. So really hoping just to get the 9. All right, here's another Shaq refractor. Now this one, I'll be honest, is not a blind reveal on this one. So I did get the email for offers, and I just opened the email up just to see what my offer value was on there, and accidentally saw, I've never opened that email up before. I just did it this time. I wanted to see because I had some pretty big potential cards in here. And I could see that this one did get an offer. And just from the offer price, I knew the grade it was going to get, or it did get. So this is my first one that's probably not a blind reveal. So I do know the value or the card grade on this one, but it was a real nice card. Like I said, it did have some light scratches on it, but nothing major. I've graded this card 3 times. Not this exact card, but this version of this card. And it lined up with another 9 that I have. So I was anticipating getting the 9, and I did get the 9. So Another one I'm really happy with. God, these 90s refractors, I mean, if you can pull 9s on them now, I think 10s are almost going to be impossible. So another one I'm real happy with, the 9. This will be a duplicate, so I'll probably move one of the 9s that I have. So another one, though, very happy with the 9. All right, last Shaq card here. Another refractor, 1997-98 Finest Refractor, number 148 in the set. These ones are serial numbered out of 1090, and this is number 995. I think the front of this card is a 10. I think it might be off just a little bit left or right, but I think the front is a 10. The back, there is this weird print line that runs through right in here. Goes all the way through the card. So not sure what they're going to do with that. I think they're going to probably dock it 1 grade. So I think this is going to get a 9. But I think it does have a great shot at a 10 if they choose not to hit me for this line on the back. So really hoping for the 9. Slim shot at a 10. All right, the last basketball card, the last Shaq, last refractor. Had some questions on this one. You know, I thought the front was a PSA 10. Just nothing wrong with it. No scratches. Centering looked good. The back did have like this little line going through it. Yeah, it's like right in here. And I don't know what that line is from. Didn't know if they'd hammer me for it or not, but I was expecting to get a 9 on this. Man, I guess if they really want to be rough with that line, I just don't think it's into the card or anything. So maybe an 8 worst case scenario. Oof, duh. Okay, there's our first real swing and a miss here. PSA 6. Definitely one I'm going to have to look over. Obviously that far off. You know, I'm off 3 grades. I thought it had a teeny shot at a 10, but it definitely was expecting the 9. Just trying to see if I see anything obvious on here. Trying to use the light and stuff. Man, I'm just not seeing nothing to get warrant a 6. But more than likely, I probably missed something. PSA's been, this order, we've been pretty accurate with our pre-grades. So I think I probably missed something, but PSA 6. All right, 2 cards left in this submission. Both are baseball, both Griffey Jr., and both refractors. So the first one up, we got a 1997 Bowman Best International Atomic Refractor, number 2 in the set. This one, SGC 8.5. Cracked it out, want to cross it over. Didn't really see too much wrong with it, to be honest with you. So I'd be happy just to cross it to an 8. But I think it's got a great shot at crossing over to a 9. All right, here's that really cool Griffey Atomic Refractor. This was a SGC 8.5. Obviously, I cracked it. I thought it looked really good. Not much wrong with it. I did think it was probably going to cross over to an 8. I don't think it had a shot at the 9. Would be super happy if somehow it got the 9. Anticipating the 8. And I did get the 8. Okay. Right in line with where I thought it would probably cross over to. Boy, his cards have sure been hot, so this has probably got some decent value to it. I'm sure it's went up quite a bit, actually, since I sent this order in. So overall, I'll take it. I'll take an 8 on this one. All right, last card in the submission. Ken Griffey Jr., 1997 Bowman Best Atomic Refractor, number 1 in the set. This one is a crack out. It was a BGS 7. You can see the subgrades there. Got hammered on the surface. Cracked it out, obviously. I didn't see too much wrong with it. You could see it got that bad surface grade, and I think it's just because it's a little faded. It's not really, really sharp, the colors of it. It is just a teeny bit faded. But I am expecting this to cross over into a 7 for sure. But but I think it's got a great shot at least an 8. So would be happy to pull the 8, but it's still just expecting to cross to a 7. Okay, last card in the submission. We're going to end it with another Griffey refractor, another atomic refractor. This is that regular Bowman's Best, not the preview. And again, it was a crackout BGS 7. You can see the subgrades there. That surface I thought was just discoloration. Fading, I guess, would be what I thought. But actually, once I cracked it open, man, it sure looked nice. I actually really think this is going to cross up to probably an 8. I thought it looked nicer than the 7. I'll take the 7 just because it's PSA. It's going to be, if it crosses from a Beckett to a PSA, I'll take it in the same grade for the extra added value. But I really think it's going to actually get a little bit better. So I'm hoping bare minimum for the 7. But I really think it's going to pull the 8. Come on, let's end this with a PSA 8. And I got it. All right. Happy with that. So that Beckett 7 up to an 8, that's got to be some really nice added value. The card's definitely, I think it's definitely nice enough. So real happy with that. All right. Well, overall, I thought that was a very good submission, actually. I was extremely nervous, like I stated, on just the types of cards I was sending in, what I've been seeing, how they've been grading out. So this is kind of how it broke down, I guess. But obviously, definitely not happy. It seems like I get them in size in almost every order. So otherwise, yeah, I mean, surprised we didn't get the upcharge on the 10. Those 6s, this Shaq, I'm going to probably check that one over a little bit better again. These 7s that we got with these Jordan and that Marino, happy with those. Quite a few 8s here, just recapping again. Couple Griffies. That Shaq, I'm going to look that over again. Nice net assets. Yeah, and this one too, I thought was definitely a 9. So, I mean, one grade, I'm not going to complain too much, but I'll probably look that one over as well. Then all these 9s here, I mean, there's some really nice 9s in here. Some nice Shaq refractors. Yeah, unfortunate that one, but you can't be upset with getting 9s on these 90s refractors. Got some nice football refractors in there as well. That gold, I think that's really neat with his jersey number. So this order, very happy with it, actually. Hopefully we'll see. I got 2 submissions that are in, some bigger number submissions or cards in them, so I will be excited to get those back, but it probably won't be till the end of this year. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I've missed doing some review videos for you guys, and sounds like it'll probably be a while before we have any more, but hope everybody's having fun collecting out there, and on to the next.